Prison for?
I went to prison for stabbing my ex-boyfriend and carrying them to something better for their lives, and that's the culture shock that I was faced with,
Right.
actually. And it was really unique, but that was like a scary moment in my life because I always thought I couldn't have kids or none of that, but I was able to still have kids. It would have been a boy. I would have named him Ishmael, number one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I lost his ashes.
Mm.
Mommy still loves you, and no matter what, my grandma say or mama say, Mama Francis Burt, it's not true. I have a lot to say to her. Mom, no matter what went on between us, I still forgive you and I still love you no matter what. And I appreciate what you've done for me, and I want you to appreciate that I've done a lot for myself as well.
That was deep.
Yeah.
That was very deep. Oh.
Get myself together here.
Nah, you all right. Take your time. You ready?
Doing? Yes.
I'm doing good. What's up, YouTube? Top Flight USA back with another one. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. With that pretty smile. Look at that
Thank you.
smile. You got all your teeth. Usually when I interview people, they don't have all their teeth.
Yeah, I do.
But you got all yours, and you have a very beautiful smile.
Thank you. My name is Veronique, or Vern, my nickname.
All right.
And I'm originally from Harlem,
You
New
from
York
Harlem?
City, yes. And I came here as a young child, and I lived in 2 different big cities.
Okay.
And
There's always something going on around here.
always. It's never a dull moment here. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, and I came from Raleigh. I was in prison for a time from 2017 to 21.
Okay.
And
What did you go to prison for?
I went to prison for stabbing my ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, we got into it, and it was a bad blood between us, and it escalated. He pushed the button, and I snapped because I was dealing with so much homelessness back then in Lumberton.
Okay.
So I've been in Lumberton. I was dealing with homelessness in 2011.
Okay.
And that was from I had my own place and everything. And I had my kids. My kids are grown up now. They're about 13, 14. They're with my mother.
How many kids do you have?
2, a boy and a girl. I would have had 3, but I lost my firstborn in my stomach.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Stillborn, yes. But I have him, carrying him in my spirit.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been through a lot. I could actually write a book about my life. But I'm a very entertaining person, and I like to, I'm life of the party. And I've been, trying to handle my business out here in Raleigh when I got released from prison.
Okay.
And I went through a transitional house called, it's in Wilmington. I know the address, 222 Division Drive.
Okay.
But it's a transitional house.
When you got out of prison, did you get released here in Raleigh?
I did. I got released here in Raleigh.
Okay. And you went to a transition house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I was here, but then I had to go to Wilmington because that's the place that they wanted me to stay for a while until,
and how did that work for you?
It worked out for a little bit. They helped me get my a class with dealing with peer support specialists. I took that class at I forgot some building that's within the town of Wilmington, and it was a spinoff from the college.
Okay.
From the Technical Community College in New Hanover County, and it was pretty interesting. And I got my little certificate and everything from the class, and it helped me to see how to help people. See, I don't have my license, so I'm considered as driving in the system, but a driving person who has a license, but I don't officially have one.
Oh wow.
So I'm trying to work on that soon.
And what exactly do you have to do to get your license?
I have to take the test, the hands-on test on the road.
Oh, like a driving test?
Driving test, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And it's, when I was trying to get it back when I was 17, 18, it was like when I found out I had ovarian cancer, it kind of shook me up.
What is ovarian cancer?
Ovarian cancer is a tumor that developed in my right ovary and fallopian tube.
Oh,
and I
wow.
had issues from teenage years till 18. I was diagnosed and almost turning 19. And I'm 42 now, so that tells you it's been 20-something years I was a survivor of it.
Okay.
So I'm happy that I'm still breathing. I'm still here. God's got a purpose for my life. And I'm not going to give up on myself or nobody else.
That's right.
Because I got beautiful babies to think about, to take care of. They 13 and 14, Azalea and Ishmael.
And where are your kids at right now?
With my mother in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with her husband.
Okay.
And they doing well with themselves, but that's another story.
Okay.
So,
when the last time you spoke to your kids?
It's been since I was locked up 2017.
Okay.
February 2017. I've been reaching out since I got out, releasing September 30th, 2021. But I'm praying that she'll open up her heart. God will open up her heart, and we can salvage whatever it is between us with that, and then I can just be in my kids' life once again.
Right.
But my homelessness is, I've seen a lot of deaths when I was homeless, and a lot has happened, with my financial sector in my life. I'm trying to get back with that, situate with that.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, motorcycles.
I know.
They pulling over right here too. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about your childhood growing up. You say you're from Harlem, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how was it like growing up in Harlem?
Oh, Harlem is awesome to me because I was a lot of people it's a conglomerate of people from different races. Italian, Greek, Sicilian, all different types of Spanish, Dominican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Spaniards from Spain, and there's people from there's Irish people there, there's Scottish people there, and there's all different types, walks of life, from black to white, and Indian, all the different races, and everybody's trying to succeed and make life work.
Right.
Just trying to make it day by day and year by year.
And Harlem is fairly small, right?
It's fairly small, but it's a part of Manhattan city. And I was on 146 in Lenox. I lived there. And my mother, she graduated from a famous school called FIT, Fashion Institute Technology in New York. So she got me on to doing clothes, making clothes from off the whim of your brain, and creating an outfit for a person from scratch. But you have to make your own pattern. My mama taught me that, or use the pattern that you can buy at a store to make an outfit, whatever you want. The sky's the limit.
Right. What's the famous guy that make clothes from Harlem? The black guy.
Alexander McQueen? Not Alexander McQueen. Andre? No.
I think he worked for like Louis Vuitton or something.
Louis Vuitton, yeah, I forget his name, but yeah, there's a lot of people that went to that school and became famous, and they, done a lot, contributed to the industry, fashion industry, and they've done a lot for other people, with homelessness and people with HIV, AIDS, and it's a lot still going on here too, and they doing a lot. People who are families here have connected, and they've done a lot for people who are homeless, and or trying to reach out and build entrepreneurial empires themselves from the small least thing to something that's totally you would never even thought of, and they be successful with that.
Right. Did you graduate high school?
I graduated high school. Yes, I have my diploma.
Okay. You graduated in Harlem.
I graduated when I moved down here.
Okay.
In North Carolina. I was in Lumber Bridge first, and then Lumberton, and then I moved to Fayetteville, and then from Fayetteville here to Raleigh.
So, how was it like moving from New York to Lumberton, North Carolina?
It was a cultural shock. I won't lie to you. I won't tell no lie. No capping on that.
It's almost like you moved from the city to the country.
Yes, it was, and I was like, Mom, Mom, this is really a shocker. But I adapted. I learned to adapt, and I started talking country because a lot of the friends was Indian around when I was growing up. I was excited. I was excited to be in a new place, but it wasn't like the difference between that and New York. If you have a certain talent in New York City, the schools there, they help support that because I was able to be a conductor for my kids' concert in New York, and that's what the type of memories I have still locked in my head about that. That you don't, they do stuff like that here, but not as much as they do in New York.
Right.
And the teacher was supporting me and everything. She saw the gift that I had. I have a gift to act. I have a gift to conduct a concert, my class in a concert for, to entertain other parents and other students and other people who attended that are there to help everyone and uplift them and carrying them to something better for their lives. And that's the cultural shock that I was faced with, actually. And it was really unique.
So would you say the school systems in New York are better than the school system here in North Carolina?
They're a little different.
Okay.
They're about the same, but not quite the same. There's some differences because it is a little bit better with how if anything is wrong with your child, any developmental delays, they help you. They right on it. But here they pick up on it late, and they not too late, but late enough where it's like, come on, y'all should have been, help this child for whatever's going on. But when they finally do, they do take care of it. But it's gotten faster over the years. But back when I was little, it was taking a little bit of time because everything was a little bit slower at one point in time in life back then.
Were you able to go to college?
I was able to get some college in, but I never graduated.
Okay,
got my
what
degree.
college did you attend?
Robinson Community College in Lumberton, North Carolina, and I enjoyed that.
And
from 2004 to 2006.
What did you go to college for?
I went to college for office system technology first, and then the second year is when I didn't do well in one class, and I kept asking the teacher to help me, and she wouldn't help me like I thought she would. She ended up failing me.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to, in order to keep my GPA that I had at 2 point something and continue to get my Pell Grant at the time, or whatever they called it back then, it was something else. But anyway, I got my grant, my free school grant, because of my situation, because my mom was a working mom, and she was, practically doing this on her own. So I had to go through the channels through the college, and I was able to switch it out to cosmetology.
Okay.
So I did that from 2005 to 2006.
And did you get a degree on the cosmetology?
Well, I got sick on the day of testing. I got
wow.
a real bad cold, and I didn't make it, so that was done. But they said I can come back, but other stuff happened, like I was diagnosed with cancer right after that. So.
Right. And when you was diagnosed with the cancer, how was your life at that point?
I was a Jehovah's Witness at the time, and I'm disfellowship now, but I was a Jehovah's Witness. Everything was okay because my mom, I had a good support system there with the brothers from the Kingdom Hall, and my mom and my stepdad. They was there. Everybody and the friends from the congregation, they helped me.
Okay. So the church system played a big role in your life at that point?
They really did. They was there for me.
Okay. And you got the surgery?
I got the surgery and I healed, and it was like all that was going on, and I graduated high school through homeschooling, which I went through a correspondence school, and the school was from Lansing, Illinois, called American School.
Okay.
And I was able to still get my high school diploma.
Oh, wow.
And then,
congratulations.
Yeah, and then I went to college, and it was a lot going on at that time, but I got some money. The friends gave me some money, up $300. I had over $300, almost $400, and I was able to take care of my little bills, like my phone bill, my cell phone bill, and give me some goodies for myself. I was happy.
Right.
But that was like a scary moment in my life, because I always thought I couldn't have kids or none of that, but I was able to still have kids.
Wow. And after your surgery, what was your healing process like?
My healing process was kind of a little rough. It took me about a couple of weeks to really come through, but it took longer for the full healing, like about 6 months to a year. That's when I felt 100% me again.
Okay.
But the temporary healing was like about 6-8 weeks. I was rough, but I made it through. My mom made sure I ate, made sure I drank, and I slept a lot.
Okay. And
Got my rest. I couldn't pick up nothing heavier than no less than 25 pounds. I mean, no more than 25 pounds. Everything less than 25 pounds, I was able to live.
right. And then you mentioned you had a stillborn.
I did. That was 2007 in November of 2007, and it was a boy. That's when I had, was disfellowship, at the time. I was no longer going to the Kingdom Hall and stuff like that. And my mom, she was still there for me, even though it wasn't, that much, because I was no longer, she was a Jehovah's Witness, but I was no longer one, but she still was around and helped me get around with, like, getting groceries and stuff like that.
Right.
And taking me to my doctor's appointments and stuff for me and the kids.
At what moment during your pregnancy did you realize the baby was a stillborn?
When I was about to hit my 6th to 7th trimester, 6th to 7th month, in my end of my second trimester, the beginning of my last trimester, the 7th month, they couldn't catch a heartbeat, and I was already considered high risk because I was a cancer patient, a survivor of cancer, and still going to my annual checkups each year from 2007 on, and they couldn't catch a heartbeat.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in full remission in 2000. It started in 2001 when I was diagnosed, and then I was going to my annuals up until 2007. And then after 2007, once I was considered to be in full remission from the doctor, the OBGYN doctor, Dr. Clayton, at the time, she told me that I was in remission and the surgeries and everything went well, but it's just the fact that I was, disfellowship at the time, and, I had to be careful about if I did get pregnant, they would consider me high risk, and that's what that happened, and I was high risk pregnancy, but I was still, she said, you might still be able to have kids, it's just that right now you need to, take a break from trying, and I didn't really try, it just happened, actually.
Okay.
Because I was dating somebody at the time, but it didn't work out, but, funny thing how life works out.
Right. And
so,
you went through labor.
I went through the labor, they had to induce my labor, and he was 1.5 pounds, and he would have been my only dark chocolate baby.
Wow.
It would have been a boy. I would have named him Ishmael, number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I lost his ashes from being homeless after I lost my place in 2011.
Wow.
But at least I was able to keep it from when I lost him. I was in my place then in 2007. And I didn't lose until 2011, but at least my kids did grow up in there. In 2008 is when I tried, end of 2008, I tried again to see if I was, could live my life normally, and I did, and I got pregnant with my daughter and had her. I had a C-section with her, and then the following year I got pregnant with, met her somebody, and I thought that was going to work out, but that didn't, but I still had the baby, even though he wasn't around to help out.
Right.
But I was there handling everything on my own with him and her, and I had them both up until they were about 2 and 3, and then my mom came through with taking them in when I lost my apartment.
Okay.
I had to sell everything and move on. I stayed in Fayetteville for a little bit and then came back to Lumberton, and she took the kids, and she had them ever since 2012, I want to say, or 13 she had them.
Right.
Since 2012 and 13.
And that was around the time you started dealing with your homelessness after you lost your place.
After I lost my place, yes.
Okay. And you didn't ever get the chance or try to get them back?
Oh, yes. I tried to get them back, but it was a lot of stuff going to play, going to courts over them. And, since they saw that I didn't have a stable home for them, they suggested for me to let my mom take them. And she did. But
Right.
but before she took them permanently like he did now, before she adopted them, she had had them for a few weeks. And then she already let the courts decide to put them in foster care for a while, and they was in foster care for a while. They were broken up as well with two different families. They weren't together. The only reason why I guess God was on her conscience about having them separated, and she finally put a motion in to the court to get adopt them and get them put together to raise them up together. So that worked out. I thank God for that though.
Right.
No matter what we went through together as mother and daughter, I'm still glad that she was able to do that.
Yeah, your mom played a big role.
She really did.
In your kids' life.
Yeah, she did. And she's been having them ever since. And they live in a nice, beautiful home. They got their own bedroom in Fayetteville, North Carolina now.
Okay.
Going to school, making good grades, A and B honor roll students. So I can't,
Do you think your kids miss you?
I know they miss me. I miss them. I know they miss me. It's just the fact that a lot of stuff was said over the phone that I didn't appreciate. But I leave that up to the Lord about it. But she's really slowly trying to come through. But even though she's not giving me her number right now, I think she's still kind of holding on to some real resentment or hurt from me. But I understand where she's coming from. But it's still, I don't want that to keep that from keeping my relationship with my kids. Some of the stuff that was said that wasn't true.
Well, let's do this right here.
Mm-hmm.
If your kids happen to see this video right here,
Okay.
could you tell them something?
Yes, I would. Mommy still loves you, and no matter what my grandma say or mama say, Mama Frances Burt, it's not true. I'm up here fighting for y'all myself first to get on my own 2 feet so I can come get y'all back, because nothing has changed, and I'm always thinking of y'all each and every day, and I'm proud of y'all for making it through the life and doing well in life by making great grades. And your mom's still fighting to get her a job and get herself on her feet, very, very much so. So don't worry, mama's gonna come back for you. Don't think I'm not worried about you, thinking about you, or don't love you, because I always have and I always will. That hasn't changed. My heart is still with y'all, and I want y'all to keep making my grandma proud, mama proud, and keeping your head up, and don't let nobody discourage you, make you feel bad, because y'all are somebody. You always will be, and I am too. And don't think that. Ooh, it's hot out here. Just want y'all to know. Whew. And we got a lot of noise out here.
Yeah,
There's a
hold
lot
on
of.
for 1 second.
Nothing but the bikes.
Yeah.
We got bike people out here. It's very, very much alive and well, and I'm glad to see that y'all see that I'm not doing bad, and I'm still holding on. And I want y'all to say that life is gonna throw the bad lemons your way, but it's how you answer and how you bounce back from it is what counts.
That's right.
So I love y'all, and I'm keep praying for myself, and I'm praying for y'all guys and everybody in the world too.
That's
Y'all
right.
keep y'all head up, and everything's gonna be okay.
That's right. And one more question before we
Okay.
wrap this up. If your mom happens to come across this video, do you
Okay.
have anything to say to her?
Mom, yes I do. I have a lot to say to her. Mom, no matter what went on between us, I still forgive you and I still love you no matter what. And I appreciate what you've done for me, and I want you to appreciate that I've done a lot for myself as well. And I've grown a lot since we last seen each other. And I don't want you to feel no animosity towards me. I love you, and I hope you can forgive me. And I hope that you can keep our communication open because of the kids. I don't want nothing to break that. I always wanted that to be open, because this day and age we need to stay connected. And I love you, and I love my stepfather. I call him a father because he's the only one that's been there after my stepfather, after my real father, excuse me, let me correct that, wasn't in the picture, but I haven't spoken to him in a while too, but last time I spoke to him, it's been a few years. So I hope y'all all okay. I know my real dad is in North Miami Beach, Florida, and I know y'all are still in Fayetteville.
Right.
And y'all keep y'all heads up and keep safe, and y'all doing a great job by raising my children, and I appreciate you and I thank you.
That's right.
I don't know what I would do without y'all.
Do you want to say her name?
My mother's name is Frances Burt, and my stepfather's name is Russell Burt. And I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all keep growing in love and faith, and more power to you through the Holy Ghost of Jesus Christ, His Holy Spirit.
That's right. Oh, wow. That was deep.
Yeah.
That was very deep. And I'm glad you was able to get that off.
Yes, I'm glad I was. I needed that, and I miss y'all. No matter what, nothing has changed. I still love y'all. We go through our ups and downs, but there's no love lost. No love lost. I still love y'all. I'm trying to do the best I can to get back to y'all, to you, and get my feet so I can show you that I'm ready to be the woman that God wanted me to be.
That's right. All right.
Thank you.
That was deep. If anybody wanted to contact you, do you have a way they can do that? Do you have any social media sites?
I have
even a Cash App if somebody wanted to
I don't have a
donate
Cash
to you.
App, but because I lost my phone with my Cash App and everything on it, so I got to do a whole new one. But I do have a email that actually you can reach me at Veronique Fuelto. Is VERINIQUEFUELTO, all lowercase, one big word, and I have a number after that, 42@gmail.com.
Okay.
You can reach me by that.
All right. Well, anybody want to contact this lady?
Yes.
Hit her on her Gmail, and she'll get back with you.
And my phone number, if you would like to reach me, is it? You could ask me through my email.
Yeah. Ask through the email, and she'll give you the phone number.
Yep.
But we don't want to put that out.
Not yet. Yes.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for doing this interview. Let me get a hug, man.
Thank you.
That was deep.
Thank you.
That was very deep.
Thank you.
And I'm glad you
and
was
I've
able
been carrying
to.
it for so many years. But it's gonna be all right.
That's right.
God got me.
That's right.
He's blessed me so far. I'm still here. Thank the Lord. And I want everyone to know it's never too late to keep going, moving forward. It's never too late. Don't give up.
That's right.
It's just a temporary issue. It's not forever. It's not a permanent. It's a permanent issue. It's only a temporary issue.
That's right. All right. God bless you.
Thank you.